Let us discuss about the electronic configuration of an elements. So here the word electronic configuration refers to filling the electrons into an orbitals of an atom. That is called the electronic configuration. So in order to fill the electrons in respect to orbitals, so some rules will be there. So you are not going to do anything, right? Some of the principles, some of the rules which is going to be followed here. So in order to fill the electrons, so in that comes first rule, that is called Aufbau principle. That is the name scientist called Aufbau. He is going to tell the one principle in order to fill the electrons. So let us discuss here the first principle, that is called Aufbau principle. So as the word Aufbau means building up, that is called building up. We are going to call in German language, that is called Aufbau, means how you are going to building the electrons, right? So let us discuss about the principle. In the ground state of an atom, right? In order to take any atoms, the ground state will be there. In that ground state, the orbitals, how we are going to fill? In the orbitals are filled with the electrons in the increasing order of their energies, right? In the increasing order of their energy. So this is a set of orbitals we are going to show here. So just for memorize this one, how to write the increasing order of their energies, they are going to show like this. So right. So the order of the filling of the electrons into the different orbitals of an atom, that is in the increasing order, we are going to write like this. First comes the 1s. I mean among these orbitals which will be having the lower energy, but the principle tells that in the increasing order of their energies, first I am going to write the 1s. First comes under the 1s. Next, see this mark. First 1s. Next 2s. So this is an increasing order of their energies. 1s, 2s, next comes 2p, 3s, like this. 2p, 3s. 2p, 3s. Next 3p, 4s. 3p, 4s. Next 3d, 4p, 5s. 3d, 4p, 5s. Next comes to the 4d, 5p, 6s. Next 4d, 5p, 6s. So like this it will be continuing. So this is an order of filling of the electrons in the increasing order of their energies. So this 1s is nothing but the lower energy, and like this inside 6s will be the higher energy. So how it will be higher energy, how it will be lower energy, so that we are going to find out, that we are going to determine by the n plus L rule. So you should remember that one, n plus L rule. In previous video I have discussed about the n plus L rule. So based on that n plus L rule, we are going to tell which will be having the lower energy, which will be having the higher energy. So according to this Aufbau principle, we are going to fill the electrons in the respective orbitals by increasing in the order of their energies. So this is a set of an increasing order of their energies by looking this chart. In order to remember this chart, we are going to write the increasing order of the energies. So this discuss about the Aufbau principle. Let us discuss about the very important one more principle, that is called Pauli's exclusion principle. So this principle totally restricted how to fill the electrons in the orbitals. So this principle, which is going to be explained by an Austrian scientist named called Pauli. So he was also awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in the year 1945. So that's why this principle, it says a very important, because which is going to be restricted completely filling the electrons in the orbitals containing the 4 quantum numbers. So let us discuss about this statement and this explanation. So according to this statement, this is a very important concept. No two electrons in an atom can have same values for all 4 quantum numbers. So if I tell this statement, you are not going to digest it. So in order to understand this principle or this statement, we are going to study some further steps. So means the two electrons can have identical values, of any 3 quantum numbers. You know the 4 quantum numbers. That is first one called principal quantum number, that should be designated as n, and you know the azimuthal quantum number, that we are going to designate as the small letter l, and you know the magnetic quantum number, that is called m, because we have already studied these quantum numbers, 4 quantum numbers, they are mean steps. Okay, so we have studied all these ones. So he is going to tell that 2 electrons can have identical values of 3 quantum numbers, but the fourth one, that is having the different values, that is called the spin quantum number, that is called S. So all 3 quantum numbers for an electron, it should be same, identical values, but fourth one is different. That's why the statement tells that no 2 electrons in an atom can have same values. Means now I am going to take an example for the K shell. K shell. K shell is nothing but the main shell, and what is the value of this K? K is nothing but the 1. 1 for the principal quantum number. So 1 for the principal quantum number is this K shell, right? K, L, M, N. So these are the shells, right? These are principal quantum number values will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this will be goes like this. What about the azimuthal quantum number? So these values starts from the 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, like this. What about this magnetic quantum numbers? Magnetic starts from 0 like this, which will be move here. For K shell, what is the value of principal quantum number? K is equal to 1. That is principal quantum number is 1. What about L values? L is the 0. And what about the M value? M value will be 0. What about the S value? You know that in an orbitals, which will be having the one is clockwise direction. Another one is called anti-clockwise direction, that is called plus of. One will be having the plus of, another will be having the minus of. I mean, I am also going to take further, say n is equal to 1, n is equal to 0, n is equal to 0, one more minus of. So this will be the chart, right? So you can see here. So you can see here that any 2 electrons, according to statement, the 2 electrons, so these 3 quantum numbers are the same for 2 electrons. And I am going to take the K shell, right? N is equal to 1, n is equal to 1, same will be there. This is an 1 electron. This is an 1 electron, this is an 1 electron. So just see here, 2 electrons in an atom. 2 electrons will be there, right? In an atom can have 3 only, 3 quantum numbers will be same, but the fourth one will be different value. That is called plus of, and that is called minus of. So that is no 2 electrons. That's why we are going to write the electrons in the orbitals like this. One will be plus of, another will be minus of. So if I am going to take the orbitals, so because you have studied in the orbitals, right? This is I am going to take the s orbital. This will be p orbitals. Like this, d orbitals, f orbitals will be there. Just in order to clarify this one, I am going to take the s orbital. I am going to take the p orbitals, and p orbitals further it can be division as the px, py, pz. When you look at these structures of the atomic orbitals, you are going to confirm this one. So px means the x-axis and y-axis and z-axis will be there. According to that, orbitals will be located. So here I can write the electrons like this. One electron I am going to write like this. Another electron I am going to write like this. Right? We are not going to write the same two like this. So this is not a true statement according to this statement. Right? So if S orbital means only one orbital is there, so now I am going to write like this. So this is called the first shell, S shell, we are going to call the K shell. So this is called the K shell. So in the p orbitals, I am going to write like this also, like this. Like this means of spin, plus of, minus of, plus of, minus of. Therefore, K shell can accommodate maximum values to be 2 that are opposite spins, right? So these are called the opposite spins. So like this, that Pauli's has got the Nobel Award in the physics in the year 1945 because of this statement. Let us discuss about the last principle, that is called Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. So this rule deals with the filling of the electrons into the orbitals containing the same subshell that is called equal energies. The orbitals which will be having the equal energy, that is called degenerate. So let us discuss here. So that is called Hund's rule. So it tells that in a set of degenerate orbitals, degenerate means they will be having the equal energies orbitals, the electron pairing cannot take place until all the available orbitals are singly occupied with the same spin. So in order to understand this statement, just I take an example. So before that, so he has one term as existed, it is called pair. So here, in order to fill the electrons in one orbital, pairing and unpairing will take place. So just you see here, pair means so like this. This is called an pair. This is called an one pair. So this is called an unpaired. So just you should keep it in your mind. This is called unpaired. Unpaired electron. This is called paired. Paired electron. Pair means and jodi. Idu single anta. This is called unpaired. This is called paired electrons. Just I take the an example that is called 2p3. Just imagine 3 electrons will be there in the p orbitals. How you should write p orbitals? You should write it like this, p orbitals. You are going to divide into 3 subdivision, right? So this is called 2p3. 3 electrons will be there. I am going to write this as 2px. This is called 2py. This is called 2pz. So these are the axes. So in the axis orbitals are located. 2px, 2py, 2pz. How many electrons will be there? 3 electrons will be there. Means I am going to write 1 electron. This is called an unpaired. First I should write 1 electron here. Because it tells that electron pairing. Pairing means like this. Pairing cannot take place. I am not going to write like this. 3 electrons will be there. First I should write 2 electrons. This is not the concept. According to him, pairing cannot take place until all the available orbitals are singly occupied. So, one electron, one orbital will fill agavarigu. Now we will add electron bariyo hagilla. Okay. So like this 3 electrons will be there. So first I should write here and here. If I have 2 more, so I just take this 2p3. Instead of 2p4 I take means if I take 2p4 here, so 3 electrons are singly occupied. Remaining electron I am going to write like this. If there is 2p5 means I should write like this. If 2p6, write like this. So this is a sufficient amount of the electrons which is going to be filled because p orbital contains maximum 6 electrons. Just I take an example for the nitrogen, right? Nitrogen, you know this electronic configuration and atomic number. So atomic number, what is the nitrogen? That contains the 7. Right? I mean 7 electrons will be there. How should you write? According to the principles what I have studied till here. So in the increasing order of the energies, first one 1s, right? 2s, 2p. First you should write this. You should write the filling the electrons in the increasing order of the energies. 7 electrons will be there. So s orbital can have maximum 2 electrons, right? 2s can have maximum electrons like this. What about extra? That is called 3, 2p3. First you should write like this. How should write the 2 electrons in the s orbital? This is called 1s orbital. How should write? First you should write here and also you should write here because this is a single orbital, right? You can directly place 2 electrons. Similarly, 2s orbital. So this is also like s orbital is no problem. When it comes to the same subshell, he is going to tell the degenerate levels. So this would be called degenerate. They are having the equal energies. That is called px, py, pz. So these are called the degenerate, having the equal energies. 2p3 will be there. How should I write in subshells? First I should write single electrons. It should be occupied by the single orbitals. First I should write 1, 2, 3. If any remaining electrons, if there is no, then I should. If there is no, I should keep it here only. If contains, suppose I am going to take one example, oxygen. Oxygen means 8 will be there. So 8 means what happens? 1 electron. I am going to write like this. Now I take an example that is called fluorine. Fluorine contains the 9 electrons, right? Similarly, same everything. 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 5 will be there. F9 means 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 5, 9. So how should I write? So this is called 1s2, 2s2, next 2p5. First I should write the degenerate orbitals of the subshell. This contains the px, py, pz. How many electrons will be there? 5 electrons will be there. First how should I write? First 3 electrons I should write because it should be singly occupied with the same spin, right? This is the same spin like this. First you should write a single electron in a single orbital. If you have any remaining, then we should continue. Remaining 2 will be there like this. So now this is called an paired electron. This is an unpaired electron. So like this, Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity tells the principle of the electrons filling in the respective orbitals.